Hello. Hello, everyone. This is Francine. How are you? How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to My Two Cents. This is a show where we talk about the last episode of Autumn is Here. The last episode of Autumn is Here was about Catholic Charities, and I am excited to talk about this because it was something that I knew very little about. I've heard of it, but I always thought it was something different. So I'm glad that we had someone explain it. It was one of the directors. So it was great. It was great. So I hope y'all had a good day today, and I hope you're ready for some questions, some information. I hope you saw the show. If you haven't seen the show, it's okay. You can still chime in. You can still come in, and you can still say, ask questions or anything like that, or give your opinion. I appreciate that. I am here today because, Autumn is Here is a podcast that I do because I know that there is help out there. There is support out there. And I'm trying to get people to understand that you don't have to do it alone. There's all kinds of different support out there, even if it's not support where like your immediate family or things like that. But there is support out there from different places and different organizations. And sometimes because we don't know about them, we will not go to find them out, or we will just be a little leery about going to find out, or maybe it's not the information that you need or the place that you need to be. So I try to give all the information of various different places. So when you're in a situation where you might be a caregiver, you may have some place to go. So I just wanted to let y'all know that tonight, I'm hoping that everybody comes on and we're able to have a good show tonight. We had a good interview with Miss Deborah Hoffer. She was a director, and it was great. We got a lot of information. So I just want to let y'all know also that I do Autumn is Here. I see some of y'all coming on. I do Autumn is Here. I've been doing it for the last 2 years, and it's a variety of things, and it's information for caregivers and people who are taking care of people, or also for seniors. So please tune in. Let me know, that if you looked at it, if you want to subscribe, I appreciate that. And this is what we do every Thursday live. So we're going to call in. Today, I'm not here alone. We're going to call in Evelyn. Evelyn from No Ceiling Network. She's here with me. So,
hello.
Hi, Evelyn. How you doing? Hi,
Hey,
I
I'm
see.
good. How are you?
Good, good. I see some people coming in. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Franklin. You're under your right name
Hello.
now, Franklin. Hi.
Did you tell him to do that?
No, I don't know. I don't know. He must be in another location. He's not in Applebee's anymore, huh? Okay. But
I
it's
love
really.
it.
How are you
Hey,
today?
everybody. I'm good. I'm good. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for hopping on.
Good.
Listen, I have to give the housekeeping rules, right? Don't forget to let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you want to chime in on the subject, go ahead and type it in the comments, and we'll share it and listen and see if we can say a little something about it. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Francine, are we keeping track of these episodes? This is probably episode what, 15?
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's been good. It's been fun, and I like delving into the previous show on Autumn is Here, so I like doing that. So that's good. Um, so today we're gonna let's give you some background in case you haven't seen the show. It's about Catholic Charities. Now, Catholic Charities has been here around 125 years. They've been around all this time, and they have different branches, and that people represent each region in a state or in a city and stuff like that. So they have so many different branches and so many different ways that they can help. I didn't realize that they help for a situation that I could have benefited from. I used to think that they were for homeless people.
Mm,
That's what I thought. I've heard of them. I thought that, and so I never looked into it. So I'm grateful that Deborah Hoffer, who's the director of Homebound, services. She gave us some information, a lot of information of what they do, not just what she does, but the whole overall organization and all the things that they do. And if you call them and they don't, the region that you call is not your region, they will send you to another region which will have all the other services that you might need. So it's really good and it's really widespread. So I'm so glad to get that information out there because so many people would like it. So yeah. So yeah.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Hello. I see Musco. How are you? How you doing?
Hey everybody. Yeah, so how easy is it to get the services that they offer?
You really just have to call them and ask them, you know, what it is that you need. They have social workers that are there. Social workers understand all the ins and outs of things and what you need and how to get stuff for you. So they have social workers that work with them. They also have volunteers that work with them. And they have so many different branches, so they have different services. You can a lot of things they do, like Meals on Wheels and stuff like that, and give people food if they're not able to do it themselves or have food, things like that. And they also said they have different menus, so they have all kinds of different menus. They have Spanish food, they have Caribbean diet, just special diets for you. Because a lot of times when people have home attendants, sometimes they can't cook the food that the person is used to.
Mm,
So yeah. So it's really good. It's really good that they allow for that. So and they also have different services. They put eyes on you. One of the things she kept saying is that they put eyes on you. They
mhm,
know that, say if your parent lives somewhere else in another state or just far from you, they when they deliver the meals, they see how you doing, if things are looking good or not, and then they will call it in and say, okay, this person looks like they're a little weak or they needed some extra help. And they're also able to connect you to different people who will give you services that maybe they can't supply, but they will give you services also. So it's really a good organization to know about, and it's a good organization to share with other people that you may be in a situation. It's a good organization to at least tap into. If you need it, if you're a senior and you need it, then tap into it and call them and ask them, you know, what services do they have? Uh, so many seniors in New York are alone, and this helps them to have some services that they need. It also helps them to be able to have somebody looking on them, and it's really a help to them. So she gave a really good interview, and she's very excited about her job. She was there for 25 years, so
mm.
yeah. So she has a lot of
Wow.
information and stuff like that. So that was really, really good. I just want people to know that there's support out there. And there
Yeah.
are other organizations also that are helping in different ways. That are helping if you're a caregiver or a senior or stuff like that. So there are different organizations. MJHS is one of the organizations that help. If it's something that you need for healthcare, Medicaid, Medicare, or palliative services, or even hospice, because we know that sometimes we have to deal with the transition. So that's one of the organizations that's out there. Caring Kind helps in Alzheimer's and dementia. They have support groups. They have caregivers groups. They have where they teach you about dementia. So it's really good. There are so many other organizations out there that are there to help people who are going through. So you don't have to do it alone. You
Love
don't
that.
you don't have to do it alone. So and
Love
Catholic
that.
Charities is one of the biggest ones. So yeah.
So you said they've been around 125 years.
Yeah, 125 years all over the
That
United States. All over the United States. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
unthinkable. That's unthinkable. Like, so I know they have senior centers too, right? So not just homebound services.
No. They have other things, but who we spoke to was homebound services. So, yeah,
Mm,
and they deal with all kinds of things. They have an outreach where their outreach they talk to senior centers and they let them know about their program. They go to churches, they go to different events, healthcare events, different things. She was like anywhere that somebody will listen, they will go and they will reach out. So
love that.
yeah, so it's very helpful, and it's good to have that. It's good to have that. So yeah,
Do they
yeah.
do a lot of like education about things, or when you said they'll go out? Like when they go out, what type of information do they share?
Well, like, they share that what their services are. They
Hmm.
share what their services are. They ask if anybody needs the help,
Okay.
or knows of anybody who needs the help. They give them information about the region and which services, where, what location, that can help them. They, you know, learn about, they are continuously growing and learning also, um, about different services and things like that. Uh, Trying to be able to support where there is no support, like where people don't have families. But
Hmm.
they do interact with the caregivers and the families. So if you do have family, and if you do have a caregiver, they will, with the permission, with your permission, they will speak to them, get them on board, teach them how to help you. Give them some advice and how to help you, how to make things better for both of you. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
yeah, they do
Love
that.
that.
Yeah. So
Love
it's
that. So everybody that's hopping on today, remember, don't forget to share this. Click the little share icon, and then get the link and share it with somebody. Email it, send it to them in a text, or go ahead and just share it on your page, because we want to make sure that the most people possible can get this information.
yeah,
Super excited about it. So,
yeah.
Francine, as you were talking to her, from what you gather, what um, has inspired her to continue to work with the organization for 25 years?
Well, she said that what she really likes is that, she was working and doing different things. And when she had the opportunity to work with older people, she
Mm,
felt like that was natural for her. Now
nice.
that was great. So that
Yeah.
was, she said, so she felt like she wanted to deal with that. And many of them are homebound. And not meaning that you can't, homebound doesn't mean you cannot go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Homebound means that, you're in the house mostly, and then they will help you to find some place to have activities,
Hmm.
adult daycare center or something like that. They
Right.
want to get you social, to go outside and do things. So people are mostly who are homebound. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stay in, or that there is something physically wrong with you that you can't go out. As it's people who are inside, who need the help to go shopping, to get groceries, they need assistance in finding a place to socialize,
Hmm.
things like that. And that was one of the things that she was saying, that, one of the main things in her job is to help people stay in their home as long as possible, not have to go to a nursing home. So that was one of
That's
the things.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's needed.
yes, and they want them to live, a quality life while they're home. That this is what they want to do. So they do everything that they can do to keep you socializing, to
Hmm.
keep you, nourished. To keep people, give you company, keep people there around you, to make sure that you're okay, and to give communication to your family and your caregivers. So, it's Catholic Charities is a great organization that that can help in so many different ways. So
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Love that. Hey, Lene. Hopefully I said your name right. Lene Porter. Hey,
Lene.
thanks for
Hi,
hopping on.
Lene. Thanks for coming on. Thank you. Thank you.
Francine, you mentioned earlier that you could have used some of these services that they had. So at the time, you didn't know. Well, you were saying you thought they were mainly focused on homeless population.
Yeah.
But what specifically could you have used when you needed it?
Well, one of the things is that, she kept emphasizing they put eyes on your parents. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times I had to go to work, and
Mm,
my mom was here, by herself.
yeah.
So, having somebody that I know that they come over at 12 o'clock to give her something or to see whatever, that would have
Yeah.
been great and a great relief to me. Even the times where I get out late. So, and I always get out late. I don't get out for 5 o'clock. So, um,
Yeah.
that hour and a half where it is, nobody around, my cousins or my children, somebody would stop by at a certain time, but people get off work early. I get off work late. So those gaps, it might have been good to have somebody, or even call and say, she doesn't look good today,
Mm,
because I don't know until I get home. So
yeah.
yeah, I could have definitely used that. It would have been
Okay.
help. That's why I said you can get help from anywhere. You don't have to get help from your family. It can be a neighbor, it can be a professional help, from an organization. Don't be afraid to ask for help, don't be afraid to reach out for help. So yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love
Yeah.
that. What do you think helped them to have longevity over the years?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I have to say I don't know because I'm just getting more familiar with what they do. But
Mm,
as she was talking, and because they're so big and they're so widespread, what I got was that they have kind of sections. She was part of. She does Brooklyn, but she does Brooklyn in a certain section. There are other
mhm,
people that does do another section, and it seems like, and they have volunteers too, and it seems like they cover spaces that are smaller regions. They have smaller regions. So they have multiple smaller regions, which is like cells,
mhm.
And I think that helps because you can get to know the people a little better. You can get to know your environment and your neighborhood that you're serving better. And so
Mhm.
therefore you know where the social services is, you know where the Medicaid office is, you know where the hospitals are in the area,
Right.
you know where the grocery stores are in the area. So if you take a large organization and you cut it up and have all these different regions, it can help you to be more familiar with the area, so you will have a place to go and help, know where to get the help from. And it's not
Right.
so, not so far, and what's not needed in the area. You know what I mean? You also will get familiar and know what's not needed and what needs to be done.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's great that the person you spoke to is specifically for Brooklyn.
Mhm.
And you said she has volunteers that work with her, but does she have other team members too, or is it just her and volunteers?
Oh, no, no, no. She has other team members, a lot of
Okay.
social workers and stuff like that. She's Brooklyn and Queens. So
Brooklyn and Queens. Okay.
yeah, but yeah, they have a whole team of people that work with them, and then she talks so highly about the drivers that come out. You know, the drivers come out; they're the first people that see you. If they're giving you meals, they're the first people that see you, and they
Hmm.
actually, they're not doctors or anything like that. They're not social workers, but they do call and say, you know what, there's a situation here, or you know what, I'm not so sure. She was, this person was, she's always so joyful, and now she's, very subdued. Checking on
Yeah.
her, something like that. They will call the office, and the office will send somebody or look into it, or call their caregiver or their family member, and they'll look out for them. And she was saying that the drivers are really on point with that, and on point with the deliveries and getting to know the people. So the people see a friendly face regularly, which is really good.
Hmm.
Really good.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I was just thinking about, I think that's amazing for the seniors and the support for the caregivers too. And I was just thinking about how important those touch points are, like during the day, for people in general. I
mhm.
know that, right now there's a loneliness epidemic that's happening
Mm,
across the world,
yeah.
and specifically, as we talk about the seniors, I think it's so important to have just that touch point, even though the drivers are not professionals as far as um, the care. At least they have that person
Right.
just to say hey and just to care about them throughout
Yeah.
the day. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love that.
You don't have to be a professional, psychologist or psychiatrist to see somebody that you know doesn't look like they're well. You know,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
then and then report it. And or get them help. You don't have to be a professional. So that's what's good. It's good to have human contact and interaction. It's not good to be alone and just suffer in silence. So
Yeah.
this way you have somebody knocking on your door, um, checking on you and seeing if you're okay, and then having some services and resources to help you. So that's great.
Love that. Love that. Speaking of human interaction, listen, Francine is cooking up something in the kitchen that's gonna come out real soon. For her community to have some in-person interaction, and I love it. I'm just giving y'all a little bite, a little tidbit, okay? We not giving all to you, but just look out, be ready, because community is so important. I
It
think
is.
we got away from that. I think a lot, of course, during the pandemic, but then we kind of easing back into it,
Yeah, yeah,
getting back to those in-person gatherings and things like that. And I love to see it. I love to see it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it
I'm excited
helps.
about what's in store.
Yeah, yeah, it helps. It helps to be able to, interact with people and talk, express. I want some place where people can um, express themselves, a safe place
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
express themselves.
Yeah.
And then when you want to help people, I always say, um, sometimes there's always other people who are talking for you. You need a
Mm,
place where people who are going through can talk for themselves, tell me what I need, what I want.
come on.
Maybe I don't want this.
Yes.
They are, the seniors are still here. They can talk, they can express themselves, they can tell you how they feel, what they need, what they want. Maybe they want to, do certain things. So ex- being able to have someone to talk to and hopefully get these things done and help them to live a better quality life is great. It's great.
Yeah, for the seniors
Yeah.
and for the caregivers, because sometimes
Yeah.
being a caregiver can be a lonely place to be because number one, you may think that nobody understands what you're going through, so why burden someone, with
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just being so busy caring for someone, it could be a lonely place. Not that I know from
Absolutely.
experience, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
speak for the caregivers, but I would just imagine
It's
that.
true. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's every day is different. So you
Mhm.
don't know. You don't know. And they have their own responsibilities and their own families too as they're caring for someone. So it's a lot. And then they may have a job and things like that. So it's a lot. It's stressful. And sometimes you just want to run away. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to have somebody else to have eyes on them, or just to talk to, just
Yeah,
to
and
talk
run
to.
away
Yeah.
to some karaoke or a game night with some other caregivers, okay? Who
Yeah.
know what you're going through.
Yeah, absolutely,
I love
absolutely,
that. I love that.
absolutely.
So, what was your biggest takeaway from this interview on Sunday?
Well, my biggest takeaway is that they're so big, and they
That
help.
they're a big organization.
They're a huge
Yeah,
organization, and
yeah.
they're all over the United States, and they have all these services, and they're all over the United States. They're accessible to
Hmm.
everyone. And like I said, in the end, I said, some people probably don't seek your services because you say it's the title is Catholic Services, Catholic Charities. Maybe they think it's just for Catholic people or something. I don't know. And
Hmm.
she's
Hmm.
like, yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're for everybody.
For
So
everybody,
they
yeah.
serve everybody. So
It's
yeah,
good to be informed and know that.
yeah.
That was a question I had for you earlier. I just remembered. Who are they funded by? I assume by the Catholic Church.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
okay, okay, okay,
She did say some funding, but I'm not sure. She didn't really
okay,
go into that in deep. So yeah,
okay. Yeah, the only reason I asked that is because we know it's not government funded because a lot of things that are government funded are kind of being put on hold right now. So, that's
well,
something.
I would think they would get some government funding. Yeah,
Mm,
I think they would. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they're totally
mm.
independent in that way.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but let's pray for what's happening now, and hopefully people
Absolutely,
will continue their funding. Whether it's private
absolutely.
or government, but it's a tough time for agencies like this. It's a tough time for people who are giving, who are trying to look after the people who are um, underrepresented, or the elderly, or disability veterans, stuff like that. So we just have to pray about that because it affects so many people. It affects so
Hmm.
many people. And everybody. Some people need help. Some people need, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, and we should give help where we can.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, Francine, I'm gonna leave you for just a minute so
Okay.
you can
Just a
share
minute.
your heart with your audience about why you started Autumn is Here, why they should listen, and all of the good things. So I'm gonna say see you later. Hold on one second, y'all.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm just glad that you're here. You know that I do my podcast, Autumn is Here. It's because my mom had Alzheimer's many years ago. She had it for a long time, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about the disease, and I didn't know anything about getting a help. So I just want to share what I know now, and tap into other people who know different information and support systems that they can help you, and hopefully you can share it with other people. And you will be aware of things when if something should happen to yourself or your neighbor or somebody in your community. Let people know. Let's share, and let be a community that cares for each other and looks out for each other. So that's why I do Autumn is Here, and I'm so glad for all the people who I have interviewed. I really appreciate that. We get good information, and we are encouraged to keep doing this because there's always somebody who needs something. So and know that you can go look at it at any time. So if you haven't seen this show for Catholic Charities with Miss Deborah Hoffer, please take a look at it. It's okay if you haven't seen it, but you can look at it, and then you'll know what they do. And then if you can send it, you can send it and share it with someone else. Please make sure you check my website for different community events that are going on. And if you want to be interviewed, you can also go on my website and you can sign up for that. And just let me know. Let me know that you're looking at it. You support this. If you don't support it, sometimes things go away, and you don't want it to go away, because I know for a fact, because I went through it, that this information is important. Every little bit helps. Every little bit could have made it better for me and my mom. So thank you all for tuning in. We're going to call Evelyn back for a minute. I see
Hello,
her there. Here you go.
hello.
Okay.
Francine, what you do is super important. So y'all heard her. Listen, go to autumnishere.com, check it out. Listen to the podcast, share it with somebody who needs it. Because it is so true. Some of the things that we love and that we need, we don't always support like we should, and then it ends up not being there for us anymore. But that's not gonna happen in this case, because we gonna keep telling y'all about it.
Yeah.
And Francine is going to be consistent with giving you all the information and the knowledge, and y'all gonna share with the people who need it. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna give one more church announcement. Y'all know I've been talking about it for the past couple of episodes, but Francine is gonna be a guest at the Spark Your Flow Brooklyn
Yeah.
this Sunday.
Sunday.
We're gonna have some fun, have some food, have a little champagne toast. You're gonna be inspired by Francine's story and some other people's stories. So if you want more information, you can go to sparkyourflowdaily.com to get your tickets and find out what's it gonna be all about. So I can't wait. I know I've been getting on Francine's nerves, but Francine can't wait either.
Yeah, I can't wait. I always
Francine
think
is like,
Sunday.
what's this thing about? What is this all about, Evelyn? What you
It's
got
gonna be
going
great. It's gonna be great. It's Sunday at
Yes.
3:00. Please meet us there and just
Yes.
have a good time with us. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Check it
I love
out.
it. All
All
right,
right.
Francine, any closing remarks?
Just thank you, and keep sharing, and please subscribe to Autumn is Here on YouTube, or where you listen to your podcasts. And please tell a friend, share it with a friend, share it with a family member. All your family have phones. I don't care if they're children. Let them
This
subscribe.
is fact.
Let them
This is
subscribe.
fact.
Because also we want people younger to understand and get used to talking about things like this, and get used to being with their family and talking about, when you get older, what are we going to do, or what to look for. Nobody really knows it just like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
share it with your children so they're more comfortable with talking about, hey, are we prepared for when you get old, mommy or daddy? Is everything in place? So share it.
Yeah.
Autumn is here. All
I
right.
can say I learned a lot from you, Francine, for sure. Like with
Oh,
what I'm
thank
gonna
you.
do in the future. So it's needed. It
It
is
is
needed.
needed. It is needed.
So thank you so much. And listen,
Okay.
don't say Francine didn't tell y'all about Catholic Charities, okay? Go
Yes.
check them out. Get the
Please check
resources.
them out. Check them out. Don't say I didn't tell you. Check them out. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. All right. Take care,
All
everyone.
right,
Thank you.
y'all.
Thank
Bye,
you all for coming on.
everybody.
All
See you
right.
later.
Good night.